it's not crazy to say that a fictional character in this fictional world has its own life of itself. I understand, and I think it's very important actually for anyone to understand that. Yeah, I mean, when I look out my window, Iron Man's not gonna be there. But when I enter this world where I myself can write, or I can even watch a movie which someone else has made, that I am totally okay and allowed to believe in this realism of this is a genuine world where these characters exist in this thing called, well, the MCU, or just a movie universe type thing, you know. So, and I don't think I think it's not crazy because we live in a world where there is a God of like a divine power which is so insane that I can't, even when I think I process it, I realize I still don't know like anything about God. Like, he is insane. The things he does and the things he can do. Now, I don't even know if this is God or if this is just another, I don't want to say another divine power, but just divine power in general, just like the craziness of the universe. But me and many other writers have felt this writer's fever. And it's basically when you get into this momentum of writing the story, writing the scene, and it becomes so freaking real that it almost feels like the character itself is writing it. Like, he or she is dictating what he's doing with his life and what he wants to do. So it's pretty crazy, and it really makes you wonder that as I'm writing the story, is this just a character that's always been a part of me? I don't know if it's my soul or just the universe that's finally getting itself out there. Is this part of the universe crafting a story in my head that as it fills myself with more pieces of its puzzle for me to unlock? Because let me just use George Lucas as a quick example. Can we just take a moment, not even to look at his 1 through 7, 5, 4, 5, 6. Wait, oh shoot, I'm such a fake fan. 1 through 6. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm mad at myself at that for too. Sorry about that. But if we just ignore 1 through 6 and only look at 4, just look at episode 4, and we can even look at it before it was even called episode 4, New Hope. Just look at it as Star Wars. Take that in. Take in everything that was made from him. Mos Eisley, a Death Star, stormtroopers everywhere, Ben Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, ships, Autolon, Yavin 4. You got planets here, you got soldiers, you got different ranks, you got a Death Star, this thing that destroys planets, but the most important thing you got out of Star Wars was a freaking universe, bro. A galaxy. A freaking galaxy, okay? And this is just one grand example. You could look at something like Shutter Island, for example, where it's just an island, but there's so much going on there that it's almost like a galaxy of, like, how many times can I look at this and it's different. But it almost makes you wonder that these stories you come up with, I'm not denying that you want coming up with them, but but if they're really real through magic and divine power and all that shit, like, could these stories really could have or can exist, and they all existed in this own realm, which I feel like one of them, yes, we kind of already know that, yes, we created the MCU, so that, yes, that is a thing that is existing. But is it really, like, is this something, like, that like this was going to happen. Like this was a story that like it really was constructed. Like it really was constructed with this with them in mind. Like the characters had their own mind. Like they really would. Like these characters, somehow, some freaking how. This is really who they are. We're not making the characters do this, but this is really who they were. This is the path they wanted to choose. Like, it's really curious to think about it because, I'm not just, I don't like, I'm someone who is very biased towards the idea that movies aren't an illusion, if you couldn't tell, and they are some form of like this like great or beyond. I really, because not only because I feel like it would take away from the idea of any great plot point of the character choosing, because it's not, if you say that it's like an illusion of a character's free will, then even when he makes a decision, you still can go, well, that's actually just the author making the decision for him. But like, is it though? Is it? Or have these stories, all of these stories, really more than meets the eye? Is there really something that's beyond what we think it to be? I don't know. I've seen things, I've heard things, I've experienced things. I still don't know. I'm not a god. I do know though, with utmost certainty, that when I'm creating a character, he becomes freaking real. The world he's in is freaking real. The whole scene that gets constructed is phenomenal. It is insanely real. And I almost feel it's my responsibility to bring it to life as I'm about to continue writing for it. It's so freaking crazy because I'm still boggled by, like, yes, I'm writing. I'm about to think a little bit even about what should happen next. But if it happens in the right way, it's so organic of like, that's what happens. That's what happens. That's what's gonna happen. Well, it doesn't. That's such. It's. I'm so set with such a genuine like yes that there's got to be more though to meets the eye. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Love talking about this stuff, and keep imagining.